Here's another extraordinary life tip. Are you taking risks? What kind of risks have you taken in the last week, month, quarter, year? Have you been taking those calculated risks to put yourself out there, to do something that's extraordinary, to do something that's outside of ordinary for you? You don't have to do what other things or other people think are extraordinary. You don't have to try to compare yourself with everybody else. But are you doing the things that are pushing you outside your comfort zone, pushing you outside your fear barrier? I can tell you that it's not based upon your competencies or based upon your talents and skills that will help you to live an extraordinary life. It's oftentimes you agreeing to take risks. And when you take risks, things change, things happen for you. And I want to share with you a little story I came across just the other day that I think really speaks to the value of taking risks. Ray Blankenship looked out of his window one morning to see a little girl being swept along in a rain-flooded drainage ditch beside his home. He knew that further downstream, the ditch disappeared underneath the road and emptied into the main culvert. Nobody could survive that. He raced alongside the ditch, trying to get ahead of the child, and finally he hurled himself into the water. When he surfaced, he was able to grab her. The two tumbled head over heels, and then within just 3 feet of the culvert, Ray's free hand felt something protruding from the bank, and it was a tree limb. He clung to it desperately while the force of the water trying to tear him and the child away. Amazingly, by the time the fire department arrived, Ray had pulled her to safety. As both were being treated for shock, it was discovered just how much of a hero Ray was. You see, Ray Blankenship couldn't swim. So when you hear a story like that about a guy that doesn't even know how to swim, that he ends up jumping in to save somebody else and taking a risk, leads to him living an extraordinary life. Now, I'm not asking you to plunge into a cold river to save somebody else, but what could you do today, this week, this month, to start taking risks, to put yourself out there? I'm not asking you to put yourself in harm's way. I'm asking you to step outside your comfort zone so that you can live an extraordinary life, because without it, you won't go beyond ordinary. You'll stay with ordinary. And if ordinary is good for you, great. But if you want to live an extraordinary life, you're going to have to take risks. I'd love to see the risks that you're taking. Post it in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear more about your risk taking and what that's leading you to and how it's helping you to live a better life. Take care, everybody.